What's up, everybody? We are back. It's very bright in here today. We got all the lights on in this house. Literally every possible light is on in this place. We just noticed it. It's too late. Get one take.
We're already live. So
yeah, we know this is live, so yeah, but it feels great. It brightens up the day. So yeah, we're here. Chris, how you doing?
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also new light fixture, adding extra light over there.
Yeah. Behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, I can't see it. It does look good though.
Oh, you can see it. You can see it.
Wait, what?
You can see the light.
Oh no, see the light. You can't see the light fixture. Yeah.
That's right.
You can see the.
Well, enough light talk.
Yeah. There you go. What are we doing?
We're moving on. We're starting with a new segment here.
Yep.
You can expect it for at least the month of December.
That's all we're promising.
We're starting with a little wag talk.
WAG.
Wag,
W-A-G.
because we like dogs. We're bringing the dog out of us.
Okay. That
Yeah.
you? Woof woof.
There you go. No, it stands for wives and girlfriends, and this was specifically requested that we
Is girlfriend's two words?
wives and
Girls.
girlfriends.
Is girlfriend's one word?
Yeah, one
Okay.
word.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Bring you up to date on everything happening in the WAG world.
Yeah.
Item number one.
We're not experts. We're just.
This is just our opinion
Okay, yeah. This is an opinion show.
on the WAG talk.
Yeah.
Item number one. Josh Allen engaged.
Yeah, Haley Steinfeld.
Another guy off the market.
Yeah, another one.
Sorry, David.
That's okay. I'm not.
Proposed in Malibu during their bye week,
Yeah.
and his ex-girlfriend brought into the spotlight because allegedly she left a not so nice comment on the engagement post.
Yeah. It was like a comment to a comment.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know. I'm not digging too deep into the weeds, but
No,
I did see the video.
I want you deep in the weeds.
I'll say this. I don't know why they broke up. They were dating for 10 years, 12
6
years.
years.
Six. Who was? They were? But they've known each other, whatever. They had known each other for a long time.
They were dating officially for 6 years.
Josh, I don't know the rumors. I'm not starting rumors, so I don't know the reasons. But to leave a comment to then not think it's going to blow up on a professional athlete's photo.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, we talked about this off script. And the MVP of the NFL.
And they didn't date that long ago, so like.
No, they
he
broke
was
up within a
already-
year.
He was already an NFL quarterback while they were dating.
Correct.
So it's not like nobody would notice, oh, she left comment.
Yeah, right. It was like, and she's also a verified Instagram person.
Right.
So she also has a lot of followers.
Yeah.
I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying, so you have a lot of people watching you. Not a good look. The last part I'll say that we're going to get to is she then claimed that it was hacked.
Her account was hacked. Allegedly, that's
This
what
is the
happened.
problem. What happens nowadays is you leave a comment, you realize the backlash, and your first instinct is, I was hacked. You weren't hacked.
You think?
No.
Okay.
You weren't hacked because if you were hacked, you would have came out with a statement right away or said something. It was, I guarantee you, it was a few hours later, a few days later. I mean, she's an Instagram, she's like a model.
I don't know what her occupation
She's something
is.
famous. I'm pretty sure she's like a model / famous. You would recognize if your Instagram got hacked.
Probably.
You're probably going on it at least once an hour. As we saw, we went to the Timberwolves game on Monday. Jordan Addison spent the whole time on Instagram.
Well, maybe.
Allegedly.
Instagram, I don't know.
He for sure was checking it. So I'm just saying, I think it's crazy that they're always like, oh, it was hacked. It's like, maybe just don't make the comment in the first place.
So you're not a fan.
No, I think it's stupid. Like he got
It's
engaged. Okay,
messy.
yeah, it's messy. But the difference is your comment also was the fact that you already had moved on also. So like you have a new person, so let it go.
Yeah.
Stop living in the past.
Let's get mature.
Yes, grow up. If you have a new man, sure. The problem was it wasn't just the comment of being a new man. It was the brain dead CETE something,
Yeah,
which
the
is too far.
The comment was way too far.
Yeah, the comment was way too far. It was way too far, and that's the issue. It was just way too far.
Yep.
So no, I don't think she got hacked.
Okay.
That's my stance.
The to put a bow on the WAG talk for the week, in a positive note, Kristen Juszczyk created a jacket for the Black Friday game, reversible,
Oh.
Vegas Raiders on the inside and the Chiefs on the outside, or vice versa. You could flip it around. So essentially, whichever team won, that team was on the outside.
Yeah, that's
Player of
pretty
the
cool.
game received the jacket.
Yeah, she does really cool stuff. I know and some of the other wives of the people, like I've seen George Kittle's wife also
Yeah,
wear
they're good
stuff that
friends.
they make. Yeah, and it's cool. I mean, it is cool. I mean, she's come up with some very creative stuff. It's kind of cool.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, Kristen Juszczyk, I think her name.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But
down year for the Niners. We'll talk about that when we actually talk about NFL.
But they got the
They
WAG
got the
squad.
WAG. Yeah, they got
Hold it
the
down
positive
for 'em.
WAG squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't get it. But
All right, and with that, WAG Talk's over for the week.
WAG
Come
talk
back
is
next
over.
week if you want to hear more.
Yeah, that was a suggestion from one of our loyal followers. So if you have any, you can slide them in the DMs and
From
let
the
us know.
WAG of one of our most loyal followers.
Correct.
There
Yeah,
you
that
go.
is true. Yeah.
All right, and with that, we're moving on to NFL because we're already talking NFL.
NFL is how it's going. It's coming down to the wire here. Some teams, Bills just clinched a playoff. Actually, their division.
What do we got? 5 games left?
I think there's 5. This is week 14. It's got 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 5.
5 games left.
Probably realistically 4
Most
weeks.
teams
4
got
weeks
5
that
games.
matter.
4 games
Yeah.
for some teams.
Some teams still have a bye this week.
Mhm.
Actually, a lot of teams.
Last bye week.
Last bye weeks, but I will say it is interesting because they're already team. I mean, the Bills are just dominating. I mean, you've already clinched your division with 5 games left.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs clinched a playoff spot. I mean, that's just crazy. Like, that just shows the AFC is just not.
2 teams clinched elimination.
Jaguars and
The Patriots and the Raiders. Oh, and the Jaguars.
the Jaguars, yeah.
So 3 teams in the AFC
Yeah.
and 1 team in the NFC. Giants.
So now, I'll give you a little question.
Okay.
Hot seat. Talking coaches here. Hot seat. Do you give these coaches, or what are your thoughts about giving these coaches either one more year, or do you think they're gone?
Okay.
I'm going to give you a team. Tell me the coach. Do you give them one more year coaching,
Okay.
or do you say you're out?
Think they can turn it around?
Okay. Doug Peterson, Jaguars.
Done.
Antonio Pierce, Raiders.
I'll give him 1 more year.
One more year? Okay.
I don't think they do, but I would give him 1 more year.
This is his second full year?
No, first year. He became the intern.
He was intern last year?
Like with however a couple games left, and then he got hired as the full-time guy for this year.
For this year?
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland Browns. Former coach of the year, I believe, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Yeah.
I think
The hardest part for them, I will say, on the Browns aspect is I feel like they have talent. Their hardest part is they can't really get anybody because this contract
right,
that they're dealing with Deshaun Watson is just so bad.
and it's not like Stefanski was the one that was like, "Oh, we need Deshaun Watson."
Correct. It wasn't his fault.
Right. He's
So-
just stuck picking up the pieces.
Probably one more year. Or are you getting rid of him?
I don't know. They kind of just need a fresh start, but they won't be able to do that until Watson's gone. So maybe they just go with him 1 more year, have Watson on the team, and then I think after next year the contract's a little bit more palatable to let go of.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just kind of tied together, and it's just
I mean, the one thing is, even if,
I'm
I guess,
stuck with
just
it.
talking about the Browns quick, if Watson comes back and is healthy, do you play him? Like, Jameis is literally actually showing that they can win games with Jameis.
he's slanging that
Or
thing.
compete. I mean, the crazy thing is their defense, which was one of the best in the league, is giving up a lot of points. Their offense is actually keeping them in games.
Right.
So, I have 2 more.
Okay.
Zach Taylor, Bengals.
I think he's got to go.
I mean, this has been probably the one team that I think everyone could say is probably the most
Is he an offensive guy or a defensive guy?
defensive.
He is.
Yes. Pretty sure he's a defensive
That's
guy.
like who was the guy that everybody thought was it? Who was the
Chargers guy.
Staley.
Yeah,
Brandon
Brandon
Staley.
Staley. He was a Chargers guy.
He was a defensive guy, but their offense was always so much better than their defense.
Yeah.
And when it came out that he was when he was a defense guy, it was like, wait a minute, their defense sucks all the time.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
He's an assistant head coach for the 49ers.
Well, there you go.
And their defense sucks too.
That tells you that if you ever get a head coaching job in the NFL, you're set for the rest of your career.
No, 1,000%. You're just brought on.
You just go to a different team that you have friends on,
Yeah.
and then you move to a different team, and then you move to a
No,
different team.
who was the last? So speaking of that, there was Mike Vrabel, Tennessee Titans head coach, and now he's like, I think he's part
Browns.
of the. Is he on the Browns? Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's friends with Stefanski.
Yeah.
He's like, his title doesn't even make sense.
And now some people are saying that
He's gonna take it.
No, he should go to the Giants.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a few candidates. Robert Saleh, he was a great coach. But the difference is when these people are so focused. I think Brian Dable's a fine coach. I don't think he's a good head coach. He's a specific to one aspect of the game.
Is he on the list?
No, the last one is because Brian
I
Dable
think-
should be gone.
yeah,
We
Dable's
already
gone.
thought he was fired.
Yeah, that is
It was
true.
2 episodes ago we said he was fired.
All right.
The last one is Mike McCarthy, Cowboys.
Get him out of here.
Really?
Yes.
They're potentially in the playoff hunt.
The Cowboys?
Yes, 2 games back.
They're
There's talks. Jerry Jones is happy with the direction. Dak's hurt.
no. Here's the thing. Them
Okay.
and the Bengals. They both teams were listed in the hunt, even though they're so far from the hunt, it's not even like funny. But yet they were both listed as in the hunt teams just to make their fan bases feel better.
Yeah, the
Neither of
Bengals
those
are
teams
4
have a
games out.
shot at it.
Bengals are 4 games out. 4.
Yeah, they listed the Colts, the Dolphins, and the Bengals were shown on the graphic that I saw on either Sunday night or Monday night.
No, it was yesterday. It was Monday night because the Broncos were playing, and it was percentage based, and this was like 9%.
Yeah.
And this was like 15, and this was like 27.
They're so far away from the hunt, it's not even funny. Then you go to the NFC, the Cowboys, no shot.
No, they're 12.
No shot that they make the playoffs. So, sorry, you're out of here.
Yeah. Damn.
You've continually shown that you don't have what it takes.
Yeah.
See you later.
Other news in the coaching world: Matt Eberflus. I think is that his first name? Matt. That sounded weird.
Yep.
Eberflus fired. Bears coach gone.
See you later. A lot of turmoil in the locker room.
Well, a lot of turmoil, but I also think he brought it upon himself. I don't. There was like people that were like, "Oh, well, it's a good learn." I mean, prefacing Thanksgiving game. There was 30 seconds left. They had 1 timeout. Caleb Williams gets sacked. I think they were down by a field goal.
Yep.
They get out of field goal range, but instead of calling a timeout, they're
Third
just
down.
That was third down.
No, it is.
It's third down.
It's
yeah.
third down after the sack.
So all of a sudden, they're just wasting time.
Yep.
And it's like people were like, "Well, Caleb Williams should know to call a timeout." Doug, the head coach should have called a timeout right when he got sacked.
Or if he realizes that nothing's happening and it gets down to 15 seconds out of
Yeah.
the 30 something that there was, maybe then you call a timeout.
Yeah, like you have to save yourself some time. At worst, you get one more play and then you kick a long field goal.
Yeah.
Instead of chucking a Hail Mary basically to one guy.
Who wouldn't have even scored?
No, he got tackled at like the 5-yard line.
With
and
no
the time would have ran out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the thing about him, what I think makes him so difficult and why he probably should have been fired a long time ago, is the fact that he keeps backing his decisions.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, that was the right decision." How?
Yeah.
Like, dog, no. So he's gone.
You gotta take accountability.
Yeah, Bears, that locker room is bad, but yeah. All right, NFL, we are coming down to it. Big games this week. The NFC is a lot more competitive than the AFC, I will say.
Can we talk the snow game really quickly?
Which one?
The 49er Bill game.
Yeah?
Is that a game that you personally...
I texted you about this, I think.
What?
I think I'd go for it. Say what you're going to say.
I was going to say, is that a game that you personally would enjoy playing in? Or are you like, get me out of here?
See, now here's the thing. I'll preface this as if people know who I am. I didn't play football ever. I played soccer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll throw that off my chest right away.
Okay.
My thing is this, is if you're trying to put a product out there, that's a horrible product.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I get there's hardcore people and probably going to get ripped that are like, this is football weather. Okay, sure, buddy. It's
there's plenty of people that are...
Yeah, I get it. It's football, quote-unquote football weather. But also at the same time, guys couldn't even stand up.
Right.
Guys were literally, don't get me wrong, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, if it wasn't snowing, does Christian McCaffrey get hurt? I'm not the person that's going to say that. But I also am the person that, like, there was multiple plays in a row that literally they would say hike and 3 guys would just slip.
Yeah.
They couldn't even run in motion.
No.
And all of a sudden you watch these guys run and it's like, you know how when you're kind of walking on snow or running on snow, you take like super short feet, like choppy steps?
Yeah, because you don't want to slip.
Right. People were running like that. And it's like, I don't know. I've said this before. I get it's a technically a quote unquote home field advantage. It just doesn't, it's not fun to watch. There's no offense to it. There's no defense.
The Bills did look pretty good.
They looked great because they could run the ball.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The Niners were running all over them the first few possessions. And McCaffrey got hurt. I mean, they were literally running all over them until McCaffrey really got hurt. And it's like, I don't know. In my opinion, and they're building a new stadium, the Bills are, which only covers 60% of the crowd.
The seats are covered.
Inspired by Tottenham Hotspurs. That's what they said.
Okay.
But no, I just think it's bad. Like, if you're going to play those games, you have to have, like, a retractable roof. We can't play a playoff game in the snow. It doesn't make it fun. I don't care. It's not fun to watch. I'm sorry. I get, like I just said, the hardos, and I apologize. I'm already apologizing. There's football weather, quote unquote. But it's just not fun. It's like, remember the year that the Vikes had to play at TCF? Seattle, and Blair Walsh missed a kick?
Mm-hmm.
It was a little 2 degrees negative. It wasn't fun. There was no offense.
No, it's terrible.
Because no one wanted to be there, and no one wanted to get tackled, because every time you got tackled, it's horrible.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think it's getting down to that time where, sure, I understand the home field advantage. Sure, I understand whatever. But, like, come on. You should play games in domes that, and I guess the turf's probably different too. Whatever. But, no, I was not a fan of it. I hated it.
Okay.
Why, are you a fan?
No, I hated it too.
Yeah.
Not enjoyable. I want to see passing.
We want to see offense.
Toss that slang. Toss that.
No, slang that thing. I think you tried to combine two. I think you tried to say toss that thing and toss that slang. Slang that thing and toss that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think it's one of those things in my eyes. I just, like I said, it's hard to watch because they're not playing. Like, they're getting tackled and their face is just full of snow.
Agreed.
And so, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, it's going to happen because the Chiefs have already probably clinched home field and the Bills are very close.
Not quite.
They'll get at least one home game, right? Well, pretty much, unless they lose.
So the Chiefs, they are leading. But
yeah. Not necessarily home field,
locked up yet.
Yeah, but they'll have a home game probably.
Oh, yeah.
So, and same with the Bills, most likely.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's hard. I mean, I'm glad Minnesota built a dome. I think it's just more fun. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
So.
way more fun. Way more enjoyable to go.
Yeah. So, that's my hot take on that.
Okay.
What else are we talking about? NFL. Oh, fantasy football right around the corner. Playoffs for a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year, I would say. Predicting next year's first 5 picks.
Okay.
Who do you have in your top 5? Just a prediction. PPR, points per reception, 1 total. Who do you have as your top 5?
I'd go with Jamar Chase.
Okay. Is this in specific order? Are you going straight in order?
Sure.
Okay.
For now.
That's, yeah. As of today. This is only today.
Jamar Chase.
Yep.
Probably Bijan.
Okay.
And then Saquon.
Okay.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay. That's 4.
And Jets.
Okay.
We'll go with that 5.
That 5?
Yeah.
Oh. I would say
Oh my goodness.
first overall pick, Jamar Chase. Yeah, that's probably agreed upon. That's a lock. But I would say Devon Achane is up there for me in my top 5.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Dog catches at least 5 balls a game.
Wow, all right.
I do like Jahmyr Gibbs, but I would say Bijan, Saquon, and I'm going to stick with CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
I think even now, CeeDee Lamb,
Wow.
even now with a bad quarterback, he is still producing at a, what was that? At a high
I
level.
don't know what you got to make that.
Yeah, that's bad. He's producing at a high level, and Dak will be back next year, but we'll see. So yeah, there it is. That's all I got.
We got pretty different top fives.
Yeah. Well, we have a unit.
Other
unanimous.
than Jamar.
Jamar, Saquon.
Yeah, but far different orders.
Yeah, different orders.
Okay.
So there it is. A little mix up.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay.
So good luck to all that are in the playoffs or fighting for the playoffs. We'll see
Or just trying to avoid the punishment.
if you guys do a punishment.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
Okay.
NFL. Wrap it up. Put a bow on it.
Let's go to.
We're moving on. College football.
Okay.
So I went back. So college football
Mm-hmm.
just came out as of Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time
Yep.
with the new rankings.
New college football rankings. Yep.
As you guys most know, this weekend is conference week, conference champ week. But last time
What is that at? Friday?
it starts on Friday night at the same exact time. There's two games.
UNLV, Boise State, Tulane, Army.
Tulane Army. Yep. Actually, crazy that Army is the home team.
But they're 10-1.
Yeah, not ranked though.
Neither's Tulane.
Oh no, they are ranked 24th now with the new. Tulane is ranked like 15th or 16th. Where's Tulane not ranked now?
Tulane's not.
Did they just lose? Anyways, though, so the college football playoff.
Yeah, they just lost to Memphis.
Okay, so that's it. They're right there. So that's why they're not home. So right now, the college football playoff sits.
So it is Boise State or UNLV.
Yeah.
As the fifth.
Well, if Army. Oh yeah, because they won't. Yeah.
UNLV's higher.
So you got number 1 Oregon, number 2 Texas, number 3. Oh, this is in this positioning, not number 3. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm actually looking at the bracket. Number 3 Penn State, 4 Notre Dame, 5 Georgia Bulldogs, 6 Ohio State, Tennessee 7, SMU 8, Indiana in there at 9, Boise State 10, Alabama 11. I'm pretty sure Miami 12. Were they 12? Yes.
Yeah, they're 12, but it just depends because it's Arizona State and Iowa State
So there it is.
in the Big 12. That's why Miami, even though they're 12, they're out.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I went back and listened to when we decided which 12 teams we thought were going to make the playoff,
Yeah,
and we will
Miami's-
compare.
Miami screwed me.
We will. Well, there's another team that screwed you. So your list went number 1 Georgia, number 2 Oregon, Oklahoma State,
Yeah, Oklahoma State was so bad.
Miami. So I should say this. This is now prefacing not 12 ranked right away. This is now the bracket style. So
These are the
Oklahoma State would have been the Big 12 champion.
These were the 5 champs that I
Yep.
had.
Georgia, Oregon.
So Georgia and Oregon
Possible.
could both do it.
Yep. Oklahoma State.
Won't
I
do
don't think they won a game in the Big 12.
it. They did not.
Miami, unfortunately, on the outside. Liberty,
Yeah, they lost.
bad loss to a
Bad.
team that actually won their first, what was it, FBS game against
First
them?
FBS game, yeah.
Yep. Then you have Notre Dame,
That's a
Valid.
good pick.
Alabama, valid.
Probably in. Utah.
Well, very much in. Utah, no. Ohio State, yes. Clemson, potentially,
Yeah.
but won't be there.
Yeah.
They would be in the top. They would be in Miami's
conference
spot.
champ, Yeah.
Ole Miss,
No.
Penn State.
Yes.
So there it is.
So how many
So
guesses
decent.
do I have?
1, 2,
We'll just say yes in.
3, 4, 5, 6.
So 6 for sure.
6 for
1
sure.
potential.
1 potential.
Okay.
My teams: Georgia 1,
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State 2,
Yep.
Clemson 3,
Maybe.
potential. Utah 4,
Out.
Boise State 5.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
That's 4. That's 3 in.
Tennessee,
In. Yeah.
Texas,
In.
Miami,
No.
Oregon,
Yeah.
Missouri,
No.
Penn State,
Yes.
Ole Miss.
Okay.
Is
So
that
how many do you
7?
have? 1, 2,
1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
Yeah. So you got me by 1.
The Boise State Liberty.
Yeah.
Told you.
Boise State, Liberty, and then you had Tennessee, and I did not.
Yeah, Tennessee in there. So yeah. So there are 4 Big Ten. As of now, there are 4 Big Ten in the rankings, 4 SEC, 1 Mountain West, I guess you could say, Boise State.
Boise State or UNLV will be in. Yeah.
Mountain West, and then 1 Big 12.
Oh, Cat's gonna go off.
Here we go, yeah. And then, so yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically the Big
Not-
Ten versus the SEC.
Yes, not bad.
Not bad by us.
I mean, nobody picked Indiana to get there.
Yeah, I think Indiana has definitely exceeded expectations.
Other than Indiana, though, and SMU, like, for the most part, like, if you just ran through down that list, Oregon, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, not crazy to think. Boise State, probably the most likely heading into the year, and Alabama. Like,
Right.
out of those teams, all of those, like, make sense from the beginning of the year.
Right.
So, I mean,
Yeah, I think the crazy thing
There you
is
go.
I didn't realize
we could just
Arizona State's very good.
simulate the year next year and just put all the same teams in and probably not be too far off.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you look at this, the teams that we put in there probably are going to win their first round matchup besides Boise State.
Right.
So
There you
that's
go.
crazy.
Well, okay, so let's go through the games this weekend and pick our winners.
Okay.
UNLV, Boise State.
Boise State at home.
All right, we're not doing just straight up because that's dumb.
They're all within 3 or 4.
You think?
They are on
Oh.
here.
Boise -4.
Yeah.
You think they cover?
Yes. I think that's a very, very high scoring game though, because
58
UNLV's quarterback loves to run. He's very good. They have a good wide receiver, Roddy White III,
Okay.
and then obviously
All right.
everyone knows about Boise State's running back.
Yeah, Boise State probably win that game. Tulane at Army.
I think Army. I think Army covers at least if we're doing covers +5
At Army.
at Army too. It's gonna be 25 degrees.
It's an interesting spread.
Tulane also has a very good running back.
They
Mackenzie Hughes.
didn't play this year.
No, they played. Tulane played
Yeah,
Navy.
I feel like Army's definitely gonna win that game. Their only loss of the year is against Notre Dame.
they
They're
got smoked by
They're
Notre Dame.
undefeated in their conference, and they get to play at home against Tulane. Why is Army +5?
That might have been a while ago
That's
before
kinda
the
weird.
rankings and everything came out.
No, this updates
Oh.
on ESPN.
I would
That's
still
weird.
take Army.
Yeah, Army +5 for sure.
So.
Odd. Okay, then we go to Saturday, 11 a.m.
Oh, you
Iowa
already know, baby. Arizona
State.
State. Cam Scatterbo.
Iowa State is at
Arizona State. No, I believe.
against Arizona State
Yeah,
at
AT&T
AT&T Stadium.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm taking Arizona State.
Arizona State -2.
Oh, yeah. Give them to me.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, they're probably in.
Sam Levitt, quarterback, Arizona State, slings it. He's got his favorite target. I don't know the guy's first name. His last name's Tyson. He is unbelievable.
Okay.
And then you have
Yeah.
Cam Scatterbo.
That's all you need to say for you.
Oh, yeah.
Georgia plays Texas, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Georgia.
This is always an interesting game, I think.
Texas -2.5.
Yeah, Texas -2.5. I'm not. We've already dogged Texas, or I have dogged Texas enough that we've gotten comments from one of our friends. But I will also say this: I think Texas does take care of business. I think Georgia, the last game against Georgia Tech, was horrible. They should have lost to Georgia Tech.
I think Georgia's gonna win.
Yeah, we'll see. So Texas, give me -2.5, and the Longhorns seal the deal.
It's tough when they get to play in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's very tough.
Tough for Texas. I don't think they can overcome that.
Yeah, there would probably be a little bit of a home field, but it's tough when that. I
Home
think
field
they
for
always
Georgia.
play there in the SEC championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benefits Georgia for sure.
Georgia's probably been in the championship the last 10 years, so.
You think 10?
I don't know about 10, but since Kirby Smart's been there.
Then Saturday night, Penn State against Oregon, Big Ten Championship, Lucas Oil Stadium.
Indianapolis. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying right here. It says, right here, the Oregon is what? -2.5, -3.5. Right here, this predictor says Penn State is the favorites.
Well, matchup predictor says Penn State has a 53.8% chance of winning.
Based off the ESPN analytics.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
crazy. That's one.
That's
Chris.
an assist.
Yeah, finally.
Finally.
I still think Oregon takes care of business. I think Oregon's the best team in the nation.
Okay.
Their offense is fun to watch.
I
Dylan
think
Gabriel's
Oregon will
great.
win too, yeah.
Their running back is actually very
They got a
good
good
too.
running back. They got a good quarterback. Good defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And they're going to be ready to play. And I think Penn State's offense is not as good. I think their defense is good, but their offense I don't think is as good.
but spin zone.
Okay, spin it.
Oregon loses to Penn State. They get the 5 spot, arguably the best spot in the college football playoff.
Yeah, you have the easiest road.
Exactly. So, spin zone. I mean, do they lose?
Wow, so you're saying they throw the game?
I don't know. Forfeit it.
Wow, Chris, that is an ambitious take by you.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Chris,
just
I'm
asking the
just hoping
hypothetical.
for your sake too. I hope they give him one because they don't have it marked on here yet.
They'll give one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think
That's a hypothetical question for you. Do you think that they would,
they would want. I think everyone wants to be that 5.
but not opposed to 1?
I think it depends what precedent. I think the bye means more.
Okay.
You get that week off. I think because there's a lot can happen, and you only have to play. You play one less game. I think everyone would take that over. Okay, we have an easier opponent because here's the thing: you play that opponent. God forbid something happens. Let's say Dylan Gabriel gets hurt. You're done.
But everybody knows in MLB playoffs, the teams that get the bye are rusty.
Correct. Yeah. I still would take the bye. I take the week off. It's been a grueling season.
Okay.
Especially if you have to play. So you play this weekend. Then what do you play? What is that? End of December 20th, I think is the first game. I think it's the week before Christmas or that weekend.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I would take the bye.
All right. Last game of Saturday, same time as the Big Ten championship. We got the ACC championship.
The
Clemson
fruit.
against SMU.
At a home game for Clemson in
In
Charlotte,
Char-
North Carolina.
Well,
Not
close.
necessarily a home game yet.
Not a home game at Clemson, but basically it's 2 hours away.
Is that the Panther Stadium?
That's where the Panthers
Okay.
play. Outside stadium, 8 p.m. local time. That would be interesting. Because it did not look warm last weekend.
It's not supposed to
for
be.
the Panthers
It says
game.
37 degrees here.
Yeah.
Yeah, SMU's a
I
fun
don't
team to
like-
watch, high scoring.
I don't like that. They
That's
gotta
not
play
good for
inside.
SMU. I understand that they
That's
play
pretty
these
tough.
conference championships, but if you're not playing at a neutral site,
This is a
go
home,
play at the home field.
This is a home game for Clemson.
That's what I'm saying. Go play at Smoot.
Smooth minus 2.5.
I think that gives you an incentive to now
I don't
win
know.
your conference championship if you knew that the game was going to be at your home stadium.
Or if it's going to be at the stadium 2 hours away. Drive time.
Yeah, sure, but what I'm saying is if it's not a neutral, so like Indianapolis is completely neutral to Oregon and Penn State. I get
Right,
that.
yeah.
But you're playing at Army, you're playing at West Point.
Yeah,
Boise, Idaho, you're playing at Idaho.
Big Ten is also, or I think, wait, is the Big Ten home in Indianapolis? Or is it Chicago?
I have no idea. Might be.
Home of the NCAA's in Indianapolis.
I'm pretty sure they play at this Lucas Oil every year, so maybe it is. But I'm just saying, for the other conferences, go play at Arizona State. Go play at SMU.
You want it like the smaller conference March Madness tournaments, conference tournaments.
Yeah, as it should. You should get rewarded because here's the difference.
Shout out Vermont.
So here's the there's a
They
difference.
host every year.
If you're SMU and you win this game, you don't get a home game in the playoffs. You're at a neutral site if you're the 4.
Yeah.
So you don't get any home games.
Right.
You should get rewarded. You shouldn't have to go to North Carolina. That, okay, I understand technically it's not a home game. It's 2 hours away.
Right.
Come on.
Everybody's driving from Clemson to
There will
Charlotte.
be a ton of Clemson fans. It's just not. It's ridiculous. I'm taking SMU. I took
Really?
Oregon the game before. I'm taking SMU.
I actually think Clemson might win that.
So and then now we're going hypotheticals. Clemson wins, so Clemson obviously gets the we'll just say an automatic.
They do.
Well, they would be the 5. No, they'd be the 12, right? Oh, Boise State. No, Boise State's 10.
Clemson would be the 12.
The 12, if they got in.
Yeah.
If all the other teams won.
If Boise State wins.
Yeah, then they're behind Iowa State and Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Boise State wins. Does SMU miss the top 12?
No, I think they should be in.
They should be in. So then it bumps Alabama out.
Alabama out, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think should happen.
And if people remember, my hottest take from the year was that Alabama doesn't make the college football playoff.
That was your house.
There's a chance. So
there is a chance, yes. We'll see.
So we'll see, yeah. We'll see right now. I mean, good games just all around. Last weekend was kind of crazy. I mean, it's crazy to think because I think everyone basically, well, we both did. Miami has looked very good and then just could not beat Syracuse.
Couldn't figure it out at the end.
Figure out at the end. It'll be interesting to see after this year, since this year is the first year of the 12-team playoff, what adjustments they make. Because, like, what happens every year, no matter if it's the 12-team playoff or it was the 4 teams, there's people that complain all the time. I do think it always is funny after teams, with teams like coaches that play a game, like their last game, like Clemson lost to South Carolina.
Yeah.
Right? Clemson loses and Dabble instantly comes on and is talking. He's like, dude, our conference should get 3 spots in there. We're the ACC. We play great competition. This is great. And it's like, all these coaches always do it. You watch when Georgia would lose one game, Kirby Smart was almost in tears like, no, this team should for sure make it. This team needs to make it. It's like, you're going to make it because you're Georgia. What they need to do is put the resumes up, no name next to the resume, and say, this team's in, this team's in. You can't have, and we said this off air, you can't have Alabama who has 3 losses. Miami has 2 losses, and the argument would be, well, Miami's losses are worse. Dude, Alabama lost to Vanderbilt, and Oklahoma, they got smoked. So no, I don't want to hear it.
It's true.
I don't want to hear it. But the committee is literally a group of 12 people making the decision. Well, not really randoms. They all are somewhat in football. I think if it was like me and you, we'd be random. Can you imagine if we were making the decisions?
Neutral party.
Yeah, true. Hook us up. That'd be sick. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's... What is your perspective? Do you want the bye, or do you want to have that first game easy opponent? I will say this, like you said, if Oregon does lose and they become the 5 seed, they do get a home game. That's a home game.
Right.
So do you want that home game against...
No, 1 seed.
1 seed?
Yeah. Then you get the 1 seed. You are literally the top team heading into it.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, I mean, it's definitely not an easier path, but...
Are there any changes that you would make heading into next year for the college football playoff before it even starts? Or do we need to circle back after?
I would probably say circle back after. The only thing I can think of is, like I just kind of said, is the hardest part is we're basically we could have predicted a bunch of these teams that were going to make it. Alabama was going to make it no matter what, unless they somehow lost 4 games. Georgia was going to make it no matter what. Granted, they're in the SEC championship. I get it. But, like, come on. Like, this is supposed to open it up. And granted, don't get me wrong. When it comes down to the college football playoff, these are the best teams.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be the most fun competition to watch. You don't want, no offense, Liberty playing. Literally getting, the spread would be 45.5.
Probably.
It's like, we don't want the little sisters of the poor. We want good competition.
Wait, so what
the one thing I guess I will change
what was the rule
is
we changed?
I want it to be wins and losses need to matter more.
Oh.
I think, yeah, strength of schedule is great, but at the same time, maybe sure, but then we get back to the same argument, and like it's the same slippery slope. So do we just play better competition, and if we lose, it doesn't really matter because it's a good competition. So if I'm Miami, granted next year probably not without Cam Ward, but if I'm a team that's on the bubble, I'm scheduling all these hard games. Just as my non-conference, because if I lose, I lost 3 times, but I lost to top 10 teams, and then I beat every team I was supposed to. Where it's like, the argument or the people that were talking on that, the committee were like, oh, Alabama has or Miami has 2 losses to unranked teams. So does Alabama, my man. So does Alabama, but it's just recency bias. So that's what I think they need to change is figure out a way that wins and losses matter more, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, it's the first year. It's kind of cool format. Gives us more football to watch.
What was the other thing that we said should change?
About what?
Conference champs.
Oh, conference champs. I think it should go 1 through 5. I think that's an agreement. We think it should go 1 through 5. I don't think if you win the conference championship, I don't care where you're ranked. You won your conference champion. If you're getting in, you deserve that first home game.
Yep.
It's not a Hey, you won your conference championship. Good, enjoy. Now you're going to Oregon. Now you're going to Penn State. Now you're going to Ohio State. Now you're going to this school where you are obviously the visitor.
Put the conference champs 1 through 5, and so they're either the home team if you get a bye 1 through 4, or if you're the other conference champ that doesn't get the bye, at least you get to host because you're a conference champ.
Correct. And I mean, let's be honest with each other. The difference is the Big Ten, the SEC. I guess you could potentially say the ACC. Those two conferences for sure will always have the number 1 and number 2 seeds for the rest of our lives. The Big Ten and the SEC. The champ will always be the 1 and the 2 because they're always. I'm saying
maybe
like
not always, but
I think
95% of the time.
I think always. There's just too much good competition. They're always dominant in this sport. So we'll see. I mean, I hope it kind of changes. SMU. I don't think anyone put on the map, but so we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
We wrapping it up.
That's all I got for college football.
Are we only talking football today?
Yeah, we could talk. Well, last week we only talked basketball.
Exactly. Let's clean it up.
It's wrapped. Put a bow on it. Next week.
Wag talk.
Wag talk. Might grow a little bit. Might not. We'll see how it. We'll see if it hits. I don't know. We'll see.